Book reviews. When it comes to self-publishing books, book reviews are the one thing other than sales that authors love to see. But do you know how to avoid bad reviews? Well, today I'm going to give you 5 ways to get better reviews, so stick around. Hey Right Riders, Keith Wheeler here, and if you want to continue to get all the hints, tips, and tricks on how to make self-publishing easier, then be sure to subscribe to the channel, smash the little bell icon so you get alerted each and every time I put out a new video. Now before I get started, if you're excited to learn how to avoid bad reviews, then give that like button a smashy. Now yes, these tips can help prevent 1-star book reviews on Amazon, but I want you to think beyond just Amazon reviews. iTunes, Kobo, Goodreads, these are all places where your readers can leave reviews, and we want to try to avoid bad reviews across the board. Number 1, research your topic. I know this may sound like a given, but you'd be surprised at how many book reviews I see where the reviewer is complaining that the author doesn't know what they're talking about. Now I'm not just talking about nonfiction books, where obviously if you're writing a book on the subject, then your readers are expecting you to be an expert, or at least know more about the subject than they do. This goes for fiction books as well. You really need to research your topic, in this case your genre. Does your cover match your genre? Does it fit in while still standing out? Are you respecting the tropes common to your niche? Does the topic, technology, clothing, etc. all match what could be expected for the theme or setting of your book? Now again, I know these all may sound like obvious things when it comes to writing, but you'd be surprised at how many authors focus on big things like tropes, but then overlook minor details like, would someone of this economic status in this setting really have access to that type of weaponry or clothing or even food? Your readers want to immerse themselves in your world, and things like that can be jarring and result in a bad book review. Now I can go on and on about tropes and settings, etc., and if you'd like me to do an entire video on that, let me know down in the comments. Number 2, get the book edited. For heaven's sake, this is probably the number 1 complaint I've seen when I peruse negative book reviews. It goes back to what I was saying before about your readers wanting to be immersed in your story. If they have to keep rereading a section because it doesn't make sense or it just doesn't flow right, then it's a surefire way to get bad book reviews. Now you may be saying, Keith, I don't have any typos in my book. None, zero, zilch, nada. And that could be 100% true. But a good editor will fix more than typos. And another thing you could be doing unknowingly that a good editor will catch is reusing the same words, especially filler words. I've been guilty of this numerous times. Using words like that, majority of the time you can take the word out and the sentence will still work, and in a lot of cases it'll even flow better. Tip number 3, your book description. Now I've said numerous times, but it's worth repeating, that your book description is your last chance to sell someone on your book, but it's also the last chance to give them any relevant information that they should know before they buy your book. For example, if your book is a short read, then be sure to mention that in your book description. Now, I'm not saying to put this is a short read, but something a little more subtle, like 23 pages of action-packed excitement. While short reads are becoming more and more popular lately, even in print form, I've seen quite a few 1-star reviews from customers who didn't read the product description and assumed that they were getting a bigger book instead of a pamphlet. They really like to use that word. Number 4, give value. Again, this touches back on tip 1. If you don't do research, or you don't do enough research, and you're just giving them generic story or one you've reused from your Wattpad account, or if you have a nonfiction book and you just did an hour or 2 of research on the topic and then you wrote your book, then you may not be giving enough value to justify a customer's buy for your book. Basically, if they can get the same information or equivalent for free, then they will most likely warn others to not buy your book by giving you a bad book review. Number 5, avoid known issues. My dad always told me that a smart man learns from his mistakes, but a wise man learns from others' mistakes. Before you're done with your book, check out your competition and look at their negative reviews. What are their readers saying about the content? Now learn from that and do your best to avoid those mistakes in your book. Now ideally you want to do this while you're still writing the book, but it's better late than never. Bonus tip, remember that we're in the digital age now, which means when you're looking at your Amazon reviews and you notice a negative review, read what it says. If it's pointing out blatant errors like typos, these are things that you can go in, update in your manuscript, and re-upload to your publishing platform. If you see even one Amazon review or any other platform that points out something and it's a quick fix, then fix it. If you don't, chances are you'll end up with another bad review later on down the road pointing out the same thing. Now, whether they're Amazon reviews or not, there's no way to guarantee no more bad reviews. Some people just won't like your book for whatever reason, and unfortunately, some people just like to troll other people. Just remember, even Stephen King hasn't been able to prevent one-star book reviews. Now, another key element besides book reviews for selling more books is having an amazing book description. Check out this video right here, and I'll show you how to replace boring old bullet points with icons that'll really make your book description stand out. Or you can check out this video that YouTube has lined up and they think you'll love. I'll catch you in the next video, and remember to write right.